Hi everyone, it's the Witchy Stitchers.
I'm Charlene.
And I'm Morgan, and you can see our steaming coffee.
Because priorities are important. And you can hear the angry cats.
Dobby and Luna
So
are at it.
I have to turn around because obviously we're in a new position because we decided to show off our Christmas tree, who will probably come down either this afternoon or tomorrow, and a few of our Christmas cards.
Not all of them made up. It made it up this year.
No. And it is the, it's the 26th.
I don't know, look at your watch.
Yeah. Oh, that would require intelligence.
Because the mouse in the room.
Oh, yes, the mouse in the room.
It's his birthday today.
Oh, it's happy birthday, mouse.
His name is Chimney.
So original. Love it.
He's a Christmas mouse.
There you go. So we are coming to you with our 91st video today, and we have lots to show you and lots to go over. We are not matching today because I neglected to get my shirt washed.
I neglected to grab it out of the laundry when I did laundry yesterday.
But I was super happy because I haven't worn it since the summer, and I was pleasantly surprised at how much looser it was on me. So although the scale is my
needs to
enemy and is
Reese's.
not telling me a difference, obviously it's showing my clothes, so go me. So anyway, before we get started, we want to remind you guys that there is a Hade sale. It was on Michelle's Facebook page, the official Hade website or Peppermint Mark Designs. But they're 50% off all their patterns except like
Charles Kincaid.
No, Thomas Kincaid.
Yeah, sorry, I don't know what
and Precious Moments.
I have one of his in diamond painting.
He does beautiful artwork. Beautiful. I actually have a friend, well, we have a friend, that she bought one of them in Silverton, I think. And she bought the fancy lighting for it and the whole 9 yards because his paintings, if you use specific lighting and whatever, it accentuates the illumination of the paintings.
Really?
Yeah, it's a really pretty painting. I don't know if she still got it or not, but she had it when we lived in Durango a gazillion years ago. So anyway, that was totally off topic. And then my brag is that I'm almost to 108,000 stitches for the year. So
when we come back to you guys in March, I will have a count for you guys.
For this year?
Yes. I don't have my book out here with me because
You forgot to bring it.
Well, I didn't stitch much when I was in school this last semester because I had some numbers to get back up, and so I was more focused on that instead of my playtime.
School is a priority.
Just like Mary said.
There you go.
And Mary, the first week was great.
So where are we at? Do we want to show our finishes first?
Yeah,
Get that
this
done
is
since
your
we
finish,
so it was my finish, but it was somebody's Christmas present.
Oh, somebody's thinking about me. Oh.
So I made her a grocery bag, and there's a story behind this. So I told her that this was her shirt bag because these are pieces from, so this one is from her dad, this one is from her dad.
And she gave me stamps for her.
Oh, I've got to have stamps. This one is one from her dad, and then this is one of her grandpa's, and this one was one of her grandpa's.
That's my skirt.
Oh yeah, and her skirt. And then of course I had to give her some patriotism, and I had to give her some Denver Broncos, even though they're
being donkeys right now.
Year. Yes. But the reason that I told her that it would be her grocery bag is because she lives, what, about a mile and a half from the store?
And I walk.
Yeah, and she walks, and she's got a hill that is...
I live on the only hill in Kansas.
In Kansas? Okay, that works. Anyway, and so, but she has to track this with her groceries, and of course we both know that plastic bags, not only are they not going to be allowed anymore because of the environment and whatever else, but we're not...
Can't disagree with that one, though.
Yeah. So anyway, she needs bags to carry her groceries. So it's not huge.
But it's perfect for like toiletries or like my fruit and stuff.
Oh yeah. So, and I lined it 3 times. So it's got 3 different, so it's the outside and then the batting and then a piece of really, really heavy chambray that was left over for one of Preston's shirts, and then a real pretty turquoise floral. So anyway, that was part of her Christmas present.
I love it.
So, all right, so what do we want to go to next? Do we want to work on our webs?
Or do we want to show our haul first?
Oh, we can do our haul. So we had a very minimal Christmas this year, being frugal because of other things that we need to take care of. And so my bestie, you know who you are, sent me gorgeous butterfly earrings because, oh, sorry, she knows that I love my butterflies.
She sent me sea stars.
They're so pretty. And then, and I don't know where she got any of this stuff at. I know that there's a shop in the town where she lives or near where her workplace is. Oops. Sorry guys, I forgot to turn my phone down.
Do you want to do that right now?
I will do that right now. Anyway, she has picked me up a spider and
that key.
That one's a key butterfly. I don't know, she's picked me up several things from there. So anyway, this one's going on my kitchen curtain so I can see it every day.
Also because the cats will try to eat it.
My cats are evil. Okay, what else? You're next.
Alright, so I'll go with these. So when we were kitting up some stuff, you can mark that off too.
Oh yeah.
You never let me be alone in Michael's. That's the moral of this story. They had diamond paintings on sale, and Michael doesn't carry diamond paintings.
I know, it's weird.
This one did though.
Yeah. Not
a good thing. Although I've never seen these ones before. So I found a poppy for Mom, and anybody who knows the poppy story knows why.
I love my poppies.
And where is it? Right here. So I diamond paint basically the watercolor and the poppies.
Very
so
cool.
It's gonna be a pretty color palette.
Very pretty.
I also finally found my stash of leftover resins.
Oh, you told me that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I hold on to the leftover resin.
You can tell we're in different chairs because I'm shorter than you and I'm almost 2 inches taller than she is. You can be taller than me.
Yeah. Well, sometimes we're the same height. And then I found...
Except when I wear my boots.
Yeah.
I'm taller than everybody.
Yeah. Because you gotta have that extra heel.
It's a lot of heel for Mom.
And then we found these butterflies, which... Where are you? Hello?
Check on the side, dude.
Oh, no, it's right here.
My dude?
It says right here, dude. Whatever. Which she actually had a really good idea, which this should go up fairly quickly because it's just the diamond, or the...
Just the butterflies?
Yeah. That I do. So what I want to do is when I finish these ones, my temperatures,
yeah.
This will be obviously bigger, and it's going to have to be specially framed, because these are going to be really top and bottom heavy. I want to mirror them.
That'd be cool. Very cool. So as we told you guys last week, I'm going to be doing the, which she didn't know this, so it's kind of ironic that she sent this to me, but I'm doing the Quaker temperatures next year. By Stitch and Mommy, and we'll show that to you in a little bit. But my bestie also sent me a journal, which it was so funny because Morgan and I were talking about, I gotta go through my stash of journals to find one so I can keep track of my temperatures, you know, every day. And this was one of the ones that she sent me.
The reason why she wants,
thank you so much.
The reason why she wants to do that is because, if I can get to it, I have this that I keep track. This is January.
Yeah, it works out really great.
Which is a lot.
And this is big enough that I can use it moving forward in other years.
Yeah, because I'm just going to staple basically these 12 pages.
And then put them in the back of the picture.
No, I'm going to keep them at the front. And then I'm just going to maybe leave a page and start a next.
Oh, you're not going to put them in the frame with your... Because see, that's what I did with the tree, and that's what I'm going to do with...
They're too thick.
No. Anyway, so thank you. And then I saved the best present that I got for last.
Let me go ahead.
Look at all those amazing paintings.
I just finished this one.
The kids got this for me. Well, and Preston too. But there's a couple in here that I had never seen before, and
I've never seen this one before.
I consider myself to be fairly knowledgeable on Van Gogh's
I've done
art,
a reproduction of this.
Yeah, there was one, this one right here, and I cannot remember the name of the website. We were going to look that up before we start our video. They have they specialize in artists' paintings into cross stitch. And I'm trying to remember.
Are you talking about a Rinco?
No, it's not a Rinco. It's the one that we found that has got the book and like the library, and they have a whole bunch of Monet. And anyway, point is,
I don't recognize that
I
one.
saw the bedroom scene actually finished from that website, and it was stunning, and it was pretty good size too. I would say it was at least 12 by 14, if not bigger. It was big. So anyway, and is it just me, or is there a glare, or maybe it's
our glasses are hitting my window, which is open,
is that what
and
it
then
is?
that is just, it's the lighting's jacked today.
All right. Anyway,
so
and this was what she wanted.
Dalton actually found this one for me. And I've never seen a calendar like this. So
I don't know if I have either.
normally, lately I've been getting, oh my gosh, what's the designer's name? He does these funny cats.
Gary Patterson.
Yes. I've been getting his cats recently. And this last year's was pretty good.
He's a really cool artist.
She makes them in envelopes for me, and then I send, you know,
Very whimsical.
cats running through newspapers home.
Post office gets a kick out of them.
Yeah. So, anyway, I already hung it up, but...
And you guys have to forgive me today because I have caught cold, and I'm better than I was yesterday. So.
Yeah.
Yesterday was bad.
So, she couldn't talk yesterday.
Goodness. I won't die on camera, I promise.
That's why she has coffee. So this is what they all look like. And for anybody who has watched Nightmare Before Christmas, it's not this dark. I am attracted towards the dark side of it, though.
It's because you were a female Darth Vader in a past life.
But
oh, is the camera on?
yes.
My bad.
But I like it. I like Oogie, and I like the Oogie's boys, but I'm not a huge fan of those two guys. Oogie's supposed to be the dark side of Christmas, or not Christmas, of Halloween, which honestly is perfect because he fits it perfectly.
He does look a little bit like Michael Myers.
A little bit, yeah.
Saying.
I don't know, I enjoy it though.
I think it's cool. I also have some fabric. That's one of my goals for her to take back to school. She needs a new purse because
we wear the corners and the handles.
So I have found, oh golly, this summer. I think it was this summer.
It was after I left. I wasn't home when you found it.
Was it? Was it early fall?
It had to have been.
Anyway,
then again, I left early.
Jack's, so you did. Anyway, it's Jack Skellington and Sally, and I don't know.
I think I saw Oogie's boys on there.
I was thinking there was some of Zero on there too. I don't know. Anyway, I'm hoping to get her a new.
I'm trying to find her a Zero squish model that's not $30. I'm not joking. Found one on Amazon. It was initially $17. It is now up to $30.
Right. Well, let's not be that person and complain about money.
I just don't think squish models should be that expensive.
I know, but we don't want to be. We don't want to be that way. All right, so let's do our whips.
Yes.
I'm going to try to stay on task this time because last week I totally digressed and I'm not really sure why. So
if she does, I'm going to take the coffee away.
No, never coffee. Sad. Okay, so the whips that I have worked on since we came to you guys, words are difficult. I don't remember if I was working on this one yet when we visited you last week or not. No,
we had it because we pulled that out for the first day of winter.
Right, but
the first day of winter was on Wednesday.
Oh, okay. So I haven't shown you guys this one. So both of us are doing all 4 of these. And so on the first day of winter, I picked this one back up. And we started these in, I think it was in 20. We started these.
I had them when I was...
No, it couldn't have been in 20 because it was no
I think
starts.
it was 21.
I think you're right. Let me look. Because I brought my list. Because there were some things that I wanted to mention, but I knew if I didn't bring my list, I would forget to mention it because, you know, Charlene. Actually, I started it on December 20th of 20. December 7th of 20.
I think we started them on each...
No, because like the summer one, I started on the 30th of December that year. And the spring I started on the 27th of December.
What were we thinking?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
We started them together,
Well,
so.
it was because we were trying to cram in all these starts because we did, in 21 we did no start. Or
yeah,
I did
I
no
failed.
starts. You didn't fail. You had a justifiable reason. Stop saying that. So anyway, I picked this one up for...
Oh my god, that just got really dark. I'm sorry.
That was weird.
I'm sorry, I leaned in to put my coffee down.
Apparently it's Nightmare Before videos. So anyway,
Sorry, guys.
I'm working on the winter one. And
I mean, it's appropriate. It is after
Christmas.
Christmas.
Where I have gotten to so far. And she dyed this piece. And it was
a big 15 by 18 piece.
I thought it was bigger than that.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, and it was perfect for these.
Mm-hmm.
So we just cut it in 4. And that's
I
what we're
did 2
using.
pieces. Mine's basically the same thing.
I think yours is a little bit darker.
Actually, it's lighter. I gave you the darker one.
Did you? So you know who's on the dark side. So anyway, my goal is to get this done before New Year's. So hoping when I come to you guys next week, I'd finish.
You can do
We'll
it.
see. Oh, it's very doable. I just need to do it. I just need to be a Nike. Just do it.
All right. So for what the? Oh. Anyway, for the first day of winter, I pulled out my Quaker, and I am almost like 50 stitches from my page finish.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Wow.
Look. Maybe
This
closer to 100 because of back stitch, but
Yeah. That's awesome.
another hour and I would have gotten it done, but it was later that night when we started stitching. So I also managed to lose my needle, and it was a really good needle.
It ran away.
It did. So you can't really see them, but there are snowflakes in there. And there's Algerian eyelets.
Say that 10 times fast.
I don't like my eyelets, if I'm being honest.
I think you do great, but we are always our worst critics. Our own worst critics.
They seem sloppy when I do the last leg.
Whatever.
Whatever, me.
I didn't say nothing.
Anyway.
All right, so I got caught up. I don't know. Did I show it to them being caught up?
No, you were almost caught up.
I was almost caught up. So this is the temperature walkies by Stitching Mommy. And she's got all kinds of different ones on her page.
I think she's got 5 or 6 at this
She's got
point.
quite a few. Next year, Morgan and I are going to do her Quaker, which I will show that to you in my new starts here in a bit. So I am completely caught up. And I got my town name and my temperature information. And so I just have the pause left for the remaining days of the year, and it will be done.
Yay!
So I'm super happy to be caught up. It was,
Mm-hmm.
and it was so easy to catch up. Why?
It's just a general idea.
I was just frustrated with myself, and I was debating on how I wanted to put the words on it, because at first I didn't want to put them there. I was going to put them at the bottom, but anyway, it worked out, and it's fine. Charlene.
So I am not quite caught up. I color complete on my butterflies, so I pull 703 or 14 or 16 or whatever, and I color complete for that month if I'm behind. So technically I'm almost done with December. I'm not caught up yet. I might work on it tonight. I don't know. Well, no, probably tomorrow. Anyway, butterflies.
So pretty.
So Kansas finally took a chill pill. Literally took a chill pill. And I got down.
So
Oh
pretty.
shoot, you can see through that. Sorry guys. Thank you. So I am perfect. No, you can still see the what you can't, it's not through the butterflies. So this is all 12 months, and I thought that would balance. Kansas got down to negative.
I don't remember what you said. It was cold.
Yeah, this is why I do this. Yep.
You don't need your elbow. It's over.
Negative 4
Negative 4.
was, oh god, no. Oh, it's not.
I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing. Nope.
That's not a funny bone.
Oh, you're such a dork.
Anyway, so this is 37.46, and then this one is 38.39, and it was 11. And then they it jumped up, and I think the next high is in the 20s, so I'm back to...
So I absolutely love this, and I just realized this in looking at it, but so these two are the same, and those two are the same.
No. He's the only different one. This is February.
Well, no, but the temperatures.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And so on and so forth, to the lighter to the darker.
Yeah.
It's
and then
really
there's
cool.
these three who just need to chill out.
Yeah, they're just angry butterflies.
Yeah, where is she? She needs to go to the doctor because she ripped her wing.
Sorry, not sorry. Anyway.
I mean, okay, I got up there in the colors, but also in the same regard. I'm glad I wasn't living it.
Well, I was super happy because I got to the second lowest.
Yeah, I got to the
one
second
from
lowest
the
also.
lowest. Yeah, so I was super happy with that.
But there's still a chance that Kansas could get down to that temperature, but...
Yeah. So,
I'd be stuck in it.
wanted to work on something different the other day. Everybody was still in bed, and I was like, oh, you know what, I'm going to work on this, because this is one of those that if I would just sit down and do it, like seriously, 2 days, it would
She
be
used
done.
to take it to the bus stop.
I did. So this is the only one of the 4 that I have left to finish. The other 3 are done. So it's the stained glass daffodil egg, and yes, I have a thing for stained glass. So that's where I'm at. And what on earth?
I was drinking out my coffee cup.
Weird.
Sorry.
Anyway, I need to do more of the green and the turquoise so I can do more of the black so it doesn't, you know, feather into it. So I don't know if that one will get done before year end, but I'm hoping so. So, everything okay?
Yep. I just need to pull something up.
Oh, okay. All right.
Alright, so my next project was started on Christmas Eve. So we have a very loose tradition where we start something on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. It doesn't always happen every year, but when it does. So we started...
And this was very impromptu.
Very impromptu. We hadn't decided what we wanted to do basically until that morning because of this. You want to tell this part?
So I received so we belong to Stacy's 911 Stitcher page, and she had put a post on, and then it was also on Carolyn Manning's page very shortly thereafter, that Carolyn Manning put out a freebie. It's called Arctic Blast 2022, and it's a absolutely stunning piece.
The color palette is gorgeous.
Just absolutely gorgeous. So that ended up being our, it was Christmas Eve, wasn't it? Yeah, Christmas Eve start. And we picked up, like, that was part of our kind of our Christmas present to each other, is we got the threads, and we were able to get all but
3 of them, and then you were able to find them in your stash.
Yes, that's right. So, beautiful palette.
And then we rated the bobbin selection at Michael's.
We may or may not have taken all of the bobbins from Michael's, so. If you
Sorry,
shop at
not sorry.
If you shop at the River Point Michael's and we're looking for bobbins, guilty as charged.
Hey, we have a lot of stuff to bobbinate.
That's where I got to.
This is where I got to.
No.
Now I see why people don't do videos with their windows behind them.
So we kind of stayed the same course. I think I went down more than you did. You went across and I went down.
I was going to say, her and I have this really
We stitch very
weird
differently.
habit of we start in the same location. I tend to go across and she tends to go down.
Yeah. Good.
We've been like that for as long as we've been stitching.
Yeah. So this one will get love throughout the year. It's not going to be a big focal piece for me, but it will definitely get love.
I'm thinking about taking it back to school with me.
And I'm hoping to find some snowflake fabric for our project bags.
If we had more of the inside of my winter bag.
Yeah, but
but
it's
we
red,
only-
isn't it?
Yeah, and we only got enough for those 2 bags.
We did. 3. I made 3 of those.
No, you only made 2.
Oh, that's right. I only made 2. You're right. Yeah. You're right. I forgot.
No, it's okay.
All right. Where are we at?
I have a bee in my paw.
Oh my gosh. He's going to steal me. All right.
So my Christmas start, which ironically was perfect. I have an obsession with Darling and Whimsy sketches.
I think a lot of people do.
They're adorable.
They are.
And I don't remember what her name is, but your Bee Spooky is adorable.
What's her name? Leslie?
Leslie?
That doesn't sound right.
No, but your bee is adorable and I love him.
Yes.
Now I want to start my Halloween one. But I started Bee Mary last night and I got a lot done.
Looks like they sew up pretty fast though.
They do. I think the border is what gets you. So,
yeah.
As Bee do, he has black in him, so I've done all the light on the bee. I just need to do his wing now. And then I will be, you know, good to go. He has a border that's candy cane like this. Mm-hmm. And then you can't see it, which is kind of sad. But I have some etoile in there.
I think once you get it hung up or however you're going to finish it, because like from right here I can see it
don't think
really
you're
well.
Supposed to really see it. It's supposed to be like a snowflake.
Just like an accentuation.
Yeah.
Whatever that word is.
So.
It accentuate? No. What?
Accents? Well.
No. It makes it pretty.
It sparkles a little bit. I don't have anything. Etoile was fine to stitch with. I've never stitched with it before this.
I do not like etoile.
I would stitch with it over Kranick.
Kranick is Satan's thread.
I hate Kranick.
Yeah, Kranick sucks. Okay, so I kitted this up over the summer maybe.
I know I bought them for us during one of the hay sales.
Yeah, and I've had it kitted up for a long time, but I was like, I don't know when I want to start it.
How many did you just have in your hand?
Ignore them. Gotta love siblings. So anyway,
sorry.
It is my Quick Stitch Aries.
And I had the Cancer of this one that I think I must start on my birthday.
And I remember, okay, now don't quote me on this. You guys will have to go to the Haid website and look, and maybe you can remember or not. But it seems to me like these guys were discontinued. That's why I picked it up. No, it might be something else.
You're thinking of something else because I was just on her page the other day and they're still
there. Okay, so never mind. Forget I
Ignore
said anything. So yeah. Anyway, I finally started her. She was my Christmas start, and here is her gorgeous palette. You can see part of them. They're so pretty.
So when you look at that piece, you see red or mauve.
I see like dusty rose and.
She's using purples.
Well, up here in the corner, there's purples. It starts out with 38, 34.
Look at me.
Anyway.
Right.
So, oops, wrong side. So, this was...
might be scooted over. There you
go. So, this was 11 colors. There's only 86 stitches on there. There's some serious confetti in this corner. So, it may or may not be the bane of my existence. Snoopy, go lay down.
I need to find...
And I don't know how much this one's going to get on my radar either. And we'll explain when we get to our plans.
I think we actually are to our plans now.
Are we to our plans? Oh no, I've got one more to show you that I started this week. So I am still gravitating very much toward no new starts next year. Hello.
Technically it is next month. Good grief.
And I did turn it down. So anyway,
Please don't stab yourself.
I know, right? So this particular project doesn't have a way to start it before the first of the year because it's the temperature quaker that Sarah had done. Here. Yeah. And you immediately start off in January.
Glare. I'm sorry, guys.
Right, with your first temperature. And as you saw with the tree that I've done, and then you saw obviously on the walkies, I like to...
And the butterflies too.
And
Well, no, I don't. Sorry, you're talking about like the name?
Yeah, so
no,
I like to put the name of our town and then 10 pies in the year. So in order to say that this was started before the new year, so it's not a new start, I counted down, and yes, the pins are for all my counting, and I put in the name of our town. And then once I get over in here, I don't know, probably somewhere in here, then I'll put 10 pies 2023. So anyway, this one is ready to go, so it is officially a start. And I ended up using, I was going to use black, and my family was like, it's kind of dark.
Well, the reason why is because this is the color palette. It wouldn't really...
So I ended up taking the darkest color, which I think is 311. Is that what we said?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what I did for the words. So anyway, it is ready to go come January 1st. Got my place marked. I'm ready to start.
Yay!
So that takes my new starts. I am, as of yesterday, and I'm going to have a new start this afternoon too, I am up to 114.
Nice.
There's a story behind that. So.
Okay, so are we on to plans now?
Do we want to talk about this?
I don't have anything planned yet, so if you want to talk about it, you can.
Okay, so every year I do a 100-day challenge.
You need to search that.
Yes, I need to search this. Most years I do postcards. So every day I write a postcard and then it goes in the mail the next day. So I mail a postcard every day for 100 days. And even like on the holidays or on Sundays or something, I still write that postcard and then it goes into the mail the next mailing day. And I've done that since 2015, I think.
That's been a while.
Last year, I was trying to remember. I think last year was actually...
No, you did it last year too.
I think last year I worked on my whips. I can't remember what last year's was. And then the year before that, would have been 21. I think I worked on 100 projects. And then if I didn't have something to work on, then I started a new project because I went off of a wheel. I think that was 2 years ago.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, because last year I had no new starts. No, 2 years ago. 21 I had no starts. It was in 20 is when I done that.
21 was when I lost my friend because I made it into March and then...
Yes, so in 21 was no new starts. So anyway, she came up with a really good suggestion, and I think we mentioned this last week.
We're throwing me under the bus.
Right? So this is...
I don't think you have all the color palette.
No, I have them all.
Do we?
Yeah, it's a small palette. So on, what's it called? Forest embroidery. I guess if I'd read the paper it would tell me. Anyway, this is one of their free patterns, and there are 100 owls. And then of course there's lots of motifs and whatnot, but there's 100 owls. You
know that light bulb movie that light bulb scene you see in cartoons and stuff like Disney, like Aladdin, you know, he has like the light bulb thing that clicks on and stuff. I had that moment with it.
Insert criminal face. So anyway, she suggested, hey, for your 100 challenge this year, why don't you do your owls and you can knock them out? And I was like, oh my gosh, that was just brilliant.
Light bulb.
Light bulb. So Morgan dyed this fabric for me, and it's totally washing out, but it is a real pretty,
I have a dark
like a mint seafoam green, and this is where I'm at. And one of our stitchy friends, Mary, was it Mary that worked on this?
Yes, because we started together.
I think she's got hers completed or almost completed.
In a couple of videos ago, she said she finished it.
She finished it, yeah.
If we're wrong, please correct us.
Yeah, absolutely. So anyway, I have part of him done, and I obviously have one done. So I am just going to pick up, and finishing him will be, you know, day one and so on. So that is my plan. Again, I'll work on it as I go down. And if I can do the owls without doing the motifs and then save them for later, I will. But if I can't, then I'll just treat like him, I will probably have to do that motif before I can stitch him and whatnot.
Well, some of these, there's only about 100 stitches in anyway.
Some of them. Anyway, that's my plan for my 100-day challenge. So I'm going to start that on the 1st, and I'm showing you because
the 1st is on a
obviously
Sunday.
The 1st is going to be when we're not. So when we finally come back to you in mid-March, because 100 days, I love this. So 100 days from the 1st of the year is actually my birthday. It's April 11th. And so actually 100 days I actually think is the 10th, but the 11th is, yeah. So when we come to you when she's home over spring break, hopefully, knock on wood, I will be able to show you what progress I made.
Yeah, that's gonna be awesome.
So, and I'll show you throughout our videos until she goes back, because I think we counted.
We have 3 more videos that we're gonna do
before she goes back to school. So you only have to suffer with this for a short time later. So
okay.
So that's my 100-day challenge. So if you have something that you can do for 100 days and want to join me, I would love to hear what you have and what you want to do. Yeah. That would be great.
Okay, so I don't have a plan in place. School is unknown at the moment. Okay, I say that sounds really bad. It was me. I have a plan for next semester. I've already enrolled and everything. I don't know what my load is going to be.
You don't have a stitchy plan, I guess should be what you're saying. You have a plan, you just don't have a stitchy plan. I have
one thing in place right now that's going to happen on weekends, and that is my temperatures.
Absolutely.
But last night, when did I get this email? 3 days ago.
Yeah.
I got the next hedgehog in my cell.
It's with Lakeside
Needlecraft.
Yeah.
And I'm about to show it. So, a loose plan. I don't know if I can do it. Again, school first. And I'm not going to go into that, but I learned my lesson the hard way. I would love to try to do 100 stitches, at least a day on this.
That'd be cool. That's only an hour's worth of stitching, give or take.
But some of my papers are 2 hours plus.
True.
So I don't know.
Oh, my nose.
I'm not sure what he's supposed to be because I have the Christmas hedgehog already. He's right here, or she's right there.
Is he celebrating like New Year's? Is that like a...
think maybe?
Yeah, I see. We're both blind, can you tell?
I don't know. I know that they're adorable, and I love the little metalhead one, so...
I don't know, he almost looks like he has feathers in his head.
A little bit, and it kind of looks like confetti, honestly.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
Anyway, I know you guys have seen where it's been before, but this is where it's at right now.
Super cute. I don't like hedgehogs, but I think these are adorable.
Well, and now that I have more of them, I don't have to go in the order that it is. I can branch.
Yeah. That's awesome.
So, yeah.
I love that. All right, so...
I love this mushroom color fabric, too. It's
gorgeous. Yeah. You got that from them, too.
I did. This is actually the fabric that they are stitched on.
Stitched on, yeah. So, we have both decided that we're going to do Full Coverage Fanatics this year. And if you go onto their Facebook page, they have some amazing challenges for 23. The ones that I have written down so far. So for 2023, they have a big or a little. Did you ever look up those numbers? No. So you either stitch on your smallest full coverage or you stitch on your largest full coverage.
Because if I can, I'm going to incorporate Arctic into it.
Yeah, and you work on it throughout the year with the goal of trying to get it done by year end or you know, whatever you want to get done, like a page or whatever. So, and I didn't grab this one, but I will grab it and show it to you guys next week because I will be working on it. So 2 years ago, no, had to have been last year, I started, maybe it was 2 years ago, I don't remember.
Are you talking about the copies?
Oh, this is right here. God, I'm so stupid. I started it on the 16th of December in 20. So it was the Mini Aquarius. It's by Josephine Wall. I'm going to finish it for my bestie. You know what? That's what we forgot to grab was, or did I show it last week? The Aquarius, the little girl.
Oh no, you showed your little girl.
Did I show last week?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway,
Dobby, why are you so judgmental all of a sudden?
Because she's Dobby. So anyway, I want to finish, or I would love to finish it, but I'm definitely putting it into this one challenge for full coverage fanatics. You said you weren't for sure which one you were going to do yet.
If I can do words. If I can do Arctic, I'm going to do that because it's an easy piece to take to school with me. Ruby is in a permanent timeout right now. I don't know what I want to do with it.
She's waiting to see if I can fix my, because we both started, she started Ruby, I started Emerald.
Well, what I'm also thinking about doing is that I am in the first box of 10 in the second page and in the first box of 10 on the fourth page. So my thought process is that I could complete it and either just have that as my Ruby or finish it, and maybe that might be a really pretty pillow actually.
I was going to until I decided to fix it. I was going to make mine into a project bag.
Yeah, because we talked about that too.
I am determined now more than ever to fix it.
I don't know, because then I was looking at one of the minis, and I don't have it in here, but it's a it's got the darker, and I like the darker rubies, and I do the brilliant rubies. My class ring is actually a dark ruby, and it's a mini version of it, so it's just the middle part, and I like the middle part better than what we're working on right now.
Well,
so
you might put that one in for your little. It depends upon the size.
I was going to say,
it
depends upon the size, and it depends on if the limit is those numbers, or if that's how big it has to be.
Because Ruby and Emerald are 189 by 189. I remember that.
Yeah, but the little one is small. I think it's only 50 by 50. Because if I do it on 18 count, it's only 5 by 5. It's a little itty bitty square.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm
it's
not joking.
And then so one of the other challenges they have for 2023 is to focus on a finish. And I have decided that I want to put Emerald in there to focus on a finish. I think, depending upon what this week brings, I am going to try tackling that edge on Emerald that I was short. Because I've got clear to the bottom, and I've got quite a bit left on that Ada that I can cut it off. I don't want to use a different Ada because I want to use off of the same piece. So it's...
Yeah, because we don't have any other Ada chunks like this. Because this is... It's
to me it feels like it's 14 count, but it
feels like
big
11.
14 count. No, it doesn't feel like 11. It feels more like a fat 13 or something.
I don't know.
Anyway,
I know it's pretty easy to stitch on it.
And I think a lot of it too is because we've used it so much that we've made it very pliable. It's very soft now. Anyway, point is, I think I'm going to try cutting this edge off and then putting the piece on the side that I was short. And see if I can, I don't know.
Just be careful with the salvage. You'll have to cut the salvage off.
Oh yeah, well, I'll explain to you when I do it, but you basically lay it over and you stitch the fabric together. It sounds difficult. It's not. It's just a matter of doing it. And that's why I told you it's going to be very time consuming, because you stitch that piece to it as you go. So you have it's a very unnoticeable
seam,
bringing it together, because if you sewed it together you would actually have that seam in there. And so if you overlay it and stitch, I don't know if I'm making sense.
You lost me.
I'll explain it to you.
This is why I'm just going to restart it.
I've seen it done, especially back in the day when it was a lot different to be able to do it, as far as all the tools and stuff you could use. And it makes for more of a, I mean, you're still going to have that bump there because you're going to have somewhat of an overlap of fabric, but it's not the gradation you're thinking.
I guess for some reason I'm just imagining like this seam down the side, but
no, I'll show you.
This is why my Ruby's sitting in the timeout for a bit.
It's a little bit like, I would compare it to when so on a latch hook, you're supposed to fold over the edges. So you fold over the top. So the example that I use is you're folding over the top and you're folding over the side. So essentially you're going through 3 pieces of latch hook fabric. to get that blind hem blind over
I think
here.
that makes a little sense.
That's kind of what it's going to be like on this. And you're going to have a bump, you're going to have a pucker, but it's not going to be as obvious if you sewed them together and made an actual seam like on a shirt or something. Or a quilt.
Well, with how tight we stitch, you're not going to have that big of a...
It's not going to be as much.
No.
So
that makes a little sense.
It's doable. It's just, it's very, very time consuming because you have to stitch it down as you go. And that's why you need to have the uniformed. You couldn't take a brand new piece of Aida and put with this because
it's not the same.
No, that's why you need the same piece of fabric.
That makes sense. So, I guess it's so funny when we started our Arctic, we bought Aida for it because technically we had a chunk, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
We bought 20 by 24 pieces, and then we spent 10 minutes making sure it was the right size.
Yeah, lesson learned for sure. Another one of the challenges in Full Coverage Fanatics is, so they have 2 for January. So they have, you can do by the number, and you can choose, I think it's 200, 500, 1,000, and 2,000. That doesn't sound right.
No, the first couple numbers sound right.
Maybe it's 500,000, 2,000, and 5,000.
No, I'm pretty sure there was a 150 at least in there.
I don't remember. Anyway, so I decided to do the April Fairy, and I started her, I'm trying to remember when I started her. I started her in January of this year. And so I'm going to try and get 1,000 stitches in her for January. And I'll show her next week too. And then they also have the classic colors. So every month it's going to be a different color. For January they chose red. And so for that one I did remember to grab this one. So I had started this one on December 29th of 20. So
this was her Christmas present.
Yeah. So I started Field of Poppies, which of course we all know Van Gogh. And you don't have to stitch on the specific color that they designate. It just, if you look at the way she explains it in the challenge is that if you look at the piece, she says if a kindergartner looked at it, what was the main color they would see when you looked at it? And so
except for when we asked the guys, they saw blue.
They saw blue.
But when I look at it, I see red.
I see the red because that's the forefront of the picture. So anyway, I'm not very far on this one.
She's further than I am.
It's on 18 count, so it's super tiny. But I'm hoping that
What, you don't want another massive Van Gogh in your house?
This one's big enough. This one's going to be 10 by 14.
No, I'm talking about that one.
Yeah, I know. I have a story night up here about us. So anyway, I'm going to stitch down, bring the border on down, I think, and so I can tie into those reds. And I'm going to try and do 1,000 stitches on this one too. So, which is very,
she's been talking about trying to finish it.
I have. It won't get done this year because it's pretty good size. It's 196 by 140, so it's pretty good size.
Turn it into your new iris.
You know, I think, sorry for the rattling, guys. I think my new iris is going to be Aquarius, so I can get it done for her birthday or for Christmas.
That works.
I don't know. We'll see. And then they also had, so she and I both belong to the Stitch Into the Wild group. Do
they have any yearly challenges?
Yes. They did last year for Star Wars. No. The Stitch Into the Wild group had, so every month you stitch on things.
Well, yeah, no, but I can't remember if they had a yearly.
I don't remember a yearly one. And then,
or I never did it.
No. But their challenges for January are really cool. It's basically you get 3,400 stitches, and there was 24 prompts.
Because 20 of them you did 500 stitches, and then 4 of them you did 4.
Yeah, and so I'm thinking that, like we talked to you guys last week about the starts that, I mean, I could do in a week, or finishes that I could do in a week. I think
all the ones that are green on my layout.
Yeah.
I'm not joking either.
And I don't know, she hasn't decided if she's going to do the Stitch Into the Wild, but the other one that we belong to, sorry.
I'll talk about it after you get done, but...
Was the fandom stitching.
I don't know if I'm going to
and
do
this
that
year
one.
it was Star Wars.
No. This year is Star Wars, next year is Hobbit.
It's the Hobbit, yeah. And they have weekly challenges too, and monthly challenges, but they're year-long challenges that they're doing this year. It's basically 60,000 stitches. It's each checkpoint per se.
I could finish Nightmare for, or not Nightmare for, Simply Meant to Be with that.
Yeah, oh, totally. Is 3,000 stitches. So, in which, you know, this all sounds like a lot, but this month so far, and I haven't killed myself with stitching because of the holidays and school and everything else, and I'm already over 10,000 stitches for the month.
Nice.
So, these goals are very doable, just to get stuff
I guess
done.
for me, I'm finally more, I don't have a distraction anymore.
Yeah.
We'll leave it at that.
Well said.
So I'm focusing more on school.
Yeah. And I'm still leaning toward not doing any new starts.
Well, I'm going to explain why with these. I think I'm leaning towards not starting anything.
Yeah.
Unless, you know, the occasion calls for it.
Well, everything's justified. I'm not saying I'm going to stay true to it either. That's just kind of my loose goals. I decided that my word for 23 is going to be finish. And finish several things, not just my projects, but there's several things that I need to finish, to deal with, finish. And I feel like, I mean, that even applies with football, because if Dalton plays football next year, you know, we will finish football. We'll be done. Because he's not going to play in college.
Next year is a finish of a lot of things.
Yeah. So
actually,
yeah,
24 is a finish of a lot of things. But.
Yeah, but I think that's going to be my word of the year is finish. So, but I don't know. Are we starting these today? Is that what we decided?
We talked about it since we were planning on going out.
So last week, okay. So
let me pull up a picture of it. Really
I don't know if I done it. I don't know if she done it. It was both of us messed up.
We were multitasking, and this is what happens when both of us multitask.
And so on the color palette, so you're supposed to use, how do you say that?
Swadagler.
Yeah.
Swadiagler.
Anyway.
I don't like those French words.
Fancy words. So anyway, we're going to use the
DMC
pattern.
Stop showing the pattern. Well, actually, you're just showing the layout, so you're fine.
The DMC conversion. And it called for 33.28, and I picked up 38.28.
And we do not need Joan Elliott's ugly color in here.
Do not like that
Sorry,
color.
Joan.
So anyway, I think today we have to go into town and get groceries. I think we're going to pick up the right color, and then because it's supposed to be 33.28,
which is a pretty salmon, which is a concern because these are pink.
So
which they're supposed to be red. But.
Anyway, so that's going to be one of our starts. I think it would be kind of fun because, you know, being the number geek that I am, which I think it's a Stitcher thing.
Yeah, because a lot of our friends are like that.
Yeah, to get to 123. But I would have to start quite a few because I'm hoping to have at least 2 finishes this week. I don't know.
This woman can't do multiple starts in a day either.
I can't do multiple colors in a day.
So what, you're saying
seriously.
that you have 310 and 3 different projects in a day, you can't do it
But it's
twice?
a different project. See? Okay, so this is my
this doesn't make
sheet.
any sense.
It doesn't make any sense to anybody but me because this is the way my mind works. So this is how I keep track of my stitching. But see, I worked on winter today. I couldn't repeat the colors in winter. I can't do it.
This is why Van Gogh took 6 years to get done.
It is. And that's just... You guys think I joke when I say that I'm highly OCD. It's not a joke.
It's a little crazy.
It's a little weird. It's kind of uncomfortable. Anyway.
No, not really.
Kind of.
Not for me, but I'm used to it.
Well, you're used to it. So, anyway, we are an hour in again. What did I forget?
Get to talk about...
Oh, What else did you have? I'm sorry, what did I
My
forget?
3 starts.
Oh, my bad. Well, I made it clear to the end before I...
Well, no, I mean, if you don't want me to talk about it, it's fine.
No, I want you to talk about it. I lost track.
This is why I do the notes.
I made it to the end.
Okay, so...
Pretty good if you ask me.
I don't know how I did this, first of all.
She's very good.
Well, no, I'm not talking about the fabric. I'm talking about the fact that in the last... When did I start stitching again? 18?
Something like that.
Stitching became my rehab. I'm just going to say that. And now it's like my go-to for basically any stress relieving.
I think a lot of us are like that.
I think so. And for me, it calms me. Unless the frog is in my stitching and then I get pissed off. But I picked up stitching again, and I only have 2 original pieces from 18 and 19.
She's much better than I am.
Except for the fact that one is a hate and the other one should be done, except for she is still in timeout because I'm still pissed off with her. Mother Moon. If you know, go back to the previous videos. So on January 1, I'm going to start my temperatures, which this is what this is for. I have not done a floss toss,
So pretty.
but I'm pretty sure it's going to be okay because a lot of these colors aren't going to blend in.
No, that dark blue is going to be gorgeous on that.
I think dark blue is the coldest color.
I think you're right.
Which, hope to God Kansas doesn't get that cold while I'm out there.
True.
Although they would close campus, so I'd be able to hole up in my room.
True.
Okay, so now you guys got that image in your head. So,
And that's the temperature tweaker. Did you say that? Okay.
so then Mom bought Les Saisons du Harrison. I can't say this one in French.
Oui.
So I was looking for something yesterday in my closet, and I have a stash of fabric that I've dyed over the years of mostly mistake dyes. They didn't come out right, or they were too dark or too light, or my innate talent is that I can match colors without looking at them with my fabric. Don't ask. So I have this really pretty blue. It was meant for Winter Quaker. One of the blues, I have it down here on the floor, I could just look, matched literally perfectly. There was only like, you had to go deep into it to get to the dark part for it to actually stand out. Can't have that. So I'm going to do Les Saisons du Harrison on this. Threads are perfect. The only one that might be an issue is 927, but it's the word for winter and then his face, the snowman's face. So it should be okay. But that is my other planned start. So that's 3 starts. I have 47 starts or projects right now. Yeah, I'm shocked too. Like I said, I'm leaning towards no starts. I also have a bunch of corkies I want to get. But if somebody doesn't buy me my thread that I need, then I can't start the corkies.
Apparently I give the cats crack, and I give her thread, and I give my family food. So
and she gives Dalton marshmallows, who then gives Dobby
and
marshmallows.
Legos. So apparently I'm just a dealer. I know.
But I turn 22 this next year, and we were talking that it'd be really cool to either get it down to 22 or go all out and go all the way down to 25.
Cool. See, and I turned 51 this year. So do you go, okay, I have, well, after this
do
one,
you
I'll
finish
have
51
115.
starts?
So then I finish 51 projects, which is doable.
Get rid of all those houses.
This is why tigers eat their young. I think I say that every day.
Because I keep reminding you of the houses.
And I love the houses. They are the bane of my existence. The bane of my existence.
I told her the other night that,
so the houses she's talking about, I think it's
Country Cottage Needlework, and it's their monthly houses.
Yeah, and I have through May done. May.
Yeah? I don't
through
know.
May done. But those houses just kick my ass.
Well, and I was telling her the other night, so the other day there was a conversation that came up that I'm moving out in a year. Not because I have to, but because
she's done with school.
I'm done with school. Time to find a job. Time to be an adult.
Yeah.
Not that I really think that she wants me out of the house, but
but I want her to fly.
Exactly. So I was telling her that, and I don't know what psychopath memory I was having in my head at the time, but I want to do the
Stay down. Stay down.
I want to stitch the Santa's Village, Santa's. It's also Country Cottage.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we've seen a lot of people do them.
Oh yeah, they're beautiful.
And so I really want. It'll only
and I
be
don't think I have
December.
those.
I don't think you do either.
I don't think so. I think the one that I was thinking about was the farmhouse. Oh my gosh, I can't remember. I know that we've got all 9 of them from one set, but I can't remember what it's called.
We'd have to look.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to
stitch
stitch
it. It's not on my
it.
radar for this year, for sure.
I don't know if I'm going to stitch it. And if I'm being honest, the amount of white in that, and I avoid white like the plague.
But it's beautiful.
It is, and there's a number of dyes that I could do that would just be perfect.
There's a lot of sands that I saw. What is it called?
Victoria Model?
No.
Lagana?
I'll think of it after a while. Anyway, it's a real popular color of fabric that people use.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about.
It's like
natural? No.
Mocha something.
Oh, vintage mocha?
Somebody's screaming at the screen going,
probably.
You can't figure it out.
But anyway, I would
just... That one a lot of people have used for that because it's
the white doesn't stand up though for me. I would do a blue.
See, I think it looks good.
No, I would do a blue.
Blue would be pretty too, like a real pale blue.
But like you and I talked, for us, it comes in, it dumps 6 feet, and then the next day, it's a bright blue sky. It's not always overcast.
No.
And so...
Washington, we are not.
No. And regardless, if you guys were here last week, we were joking about Alaska. I'm actually contemplating Alaska. It does stay dark up there more, but for me, winter's always been...
Yeah.
What you're seeing.
I was giving her crap because there was a thing that came across my phone that Anchorage was it Anchorage? Or Fairbanks?
Fairbanks.
They were going to have 5 hours and 28 minutes of sunshine, and I'm like, you're screwed. Because she likes her sunshine.
Yeah.
We'll see.
The redeeming factor...
You gotta get the job first, dude.
The job's gotta still be there, and there's a couple of different states I'm looking at, but... Honestly, right now
because Alaska's beautiful, and I'd be more than happy to go visit up there.
I was gonna say, you can come up there. Anybody who knows, I want to go up there for the whales. That's why I'm going.
Yeah.
So
it works.
Just because I'm not still a bio major doesn't tell me I want to take care of my whales and my dolphins.
There you go. All right, what else you got?
A mouse.
A Kermit face. All right, so when we come back to you guys next time, we will have our projects that we have for the new year. Basically the ones that I mentioned that I'm going to put into the challenges for the full coverage fanatics.
Well, and I can't promise.
My owls.
Yeah, I can't promise I'm going to get these 3 started by the end of the year. I have a midterm in my classics class coming up, and I have a crap ton of homework due in the next 3 days.
How many days are left? 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's 6 more. So I could potentially have 6 more starts because, you know, Charlene.
That doesn't take you up to...
It takes me to 120, and then I'll finish at least 1, maybe 2. So I'll be under that 120 mark, which means that I would have to finish... How many would I have to finish? 70 to be able to get down to 51?
Well, if you finish the mailbox, there's 1.
Shut up. You're such a brat.
You're a child.
I know. All right.
Kind of like you keep throwing in my face, just finish your girl with a dolphin. No, have you seen the backstitch on her?
I do not throw that one in your face. I throw Jack and Sally in your face. Because I'm a good mom that way.
Jack and Sally is... That is a pissed off squirrel. Jack and Sally is my simply meant to be Hade. And I messed up somewhere in Jack's face. I'm still working on fixing it. But the confetti is ridiculous, and I am inventing new cuss words. So
I told her just to Nike it. She won't listen to me.
I've tried, but I get so annoyed, and I stitch in the living room because I mean, it's easy to stitch in there with this piece, but it's the confetti just, and again, I think it's for me, it's I work on pieces where it's, you know, 10, 12, 13 stitches in a row, not one.
You don't want to do 11 colors and 86 stitches like I did?
Because I've done like 12 and it's been 15. It drives me nuts.
Suck it up, Buttercup. What is it you keep saying to me? Sucks to suck?
Sucks to be you.
Saying.
I just realized that this one paws up waving.
We're over an hour in.
I know.
Most people have jumped ship at this point.
Yeah, except for the loyal ones.
Well, yeah, but that's because they like just to irritate them. And you know, really bad jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys. I think we're going to call it good. We hope you had a good holiday.
Mm-hmm.
And we will be back, I think, on the 2nd, right? Yeah, the 2nd.
Yes. And then I have a midterm to do that afternoon.
Cool. So we'll film early. Get it done. All right. Well, we will let you go, and we will wish you a happy new year. And just remember,
Be kind.
Bye, guys.